Welcome back to the Whole City View on Terrace Talk. And it is hard to believe. It's even hard to say these words, but Rosenior out? Can't be. The potential for manager of the season earlier, just a couple of months ago. But it's there in black and white, and fans are calling for it. Let's find out how many with our resident Tiger fan, Will, and whether it's just beyond ridiculous. Will, first of all, how are you? You've not had a great Easter as a whole fan. The last 6 games haven't been great, really. But
Yeah.
does this merit the fans calling for Mousinho's head?
No, definitely not. He's built a team around the right style. I think it's just we've been hit massively with injuries. You look back to the beginning of the season, we were firing on all cylinders really well. We go and lose Delap completely from a good majority of the season, and that screws us with a no striker. So after that, you've got no one out striker. We go and buy a couple. They're not fantastic. I think they do need a lot more time on the pitch. I think we could have done with playing them against, not saying lesser teams, but maybe starting with them more than actually doing. I do admit when we started with Ohio against Stoke, I thought you would have got something, but there was just no delivery to him. I don't think there was no confidence in the strikers from the other players. I think.
Yeah. Um, I've got to ask about the Stoke game and obviously the Leeds game. Everyone loses
Yeah.
to Leeds, that's fine. But
Yeah.
Stoke at home was a coup and
Yeah.
buster for many. No one saw it coming. What happened?
Honestly, Stoke literally got us on the back foot majority of the time. We just didn't look like we had any teeth at all. Instead of coming against the Roaring Tigers, they came against the Tiger Cubs. It was just we just weren't there at all at the races. I was literally in the terraces screaming at the players. I had families in front of me turning around saying, "What are you shouting at?" I'm saying, "I'm shouting at the players that aren't playing it." And they just didn't. Even Rosenior came out and said, "We're flat, we're disorganised, undisciplined," and the fans agreed with him. And we got the result. I say the result. We got the effort. Let's say in the first half against Leeds, and then the second half against Leeds, we did really well. It was just that
Yeah,
Slater tackle,
yeah.
and that was
Well,
it.
our Leeds fans said Hull were the best side that have come to Ellen Road this season. Was really really impressed as we were obviously watched it on telly. It's just a shame you just couldn't hold out in the end. Which makes it even more bizarre that people are calling for the manager's head. Another person who seems to be getting a lot of stick is Jaden himself. What has happened to Jaden since the Rabona? Since it's obviously been lauded and rightfully so for what a skillful wizard he is. He marched down the tunnel, I believe, straight away at the end of the game yesterday, and
Mm.
didn't come over to the fans to say thank you, which is inexcusable. I'm sorry,
No, it is.
you know.
And I agree with that one. You have to
Are
give the
the,
fans.
have the fans had enough?
Um, to be fair, the kid is young. What 22, I think he is, and he's just. I think it's just a bit of a petulance from himself. He's not. He's angry with himself, and he doesn't want to show it in front of the fans. Which, if he showed he was angry in front of the fans and went to the fans, especially last night, I think the fans would have been lauding a bit more for him, like saying, "Okay, we'll give you that bit longer," because we know we do have Delap coming back at some point in the next few games. But obviously, is it now too little, too late to have that out and out striker? I think with Philogene, it's just do we maybe rest him for a game, like put him on the bench, don't start him like we've done every game, and then the teams might go, oh, hang on a sec, where's their star man? And to be fair, we do have a couple others that I'll mention later on at some point when they do come a bit more fruition. I think
Um, all right, couple of yes nos for you then. Does Allsop need dropping?
yes.
Okay, because you've got your young Croatian international keeper, haven't you? That can
I
come in
was I
and
was surprised he didn't start him against Stoke. I'll be purely honest. I thought Stoke would be in a prime time for him to go in. Yeah, okay, if we lost, fair enough, we blame on the keeper. But we had a bad performance against Stoke. The keeper wouldn't have had any problem there, really. And then I think also had a decent game against Leeds, but I'd say we do need to give the young guy a bit of a chance at the end of the season. If Rosenior thinks right, we're not making playoffs, play him against Cardiff, see how he does. We did the same thing with Jakubovic a while back, and same with uh, who was the other guy? Stephen Harper when McGregor was injured. We tried it a few times with different keepers. I know like young, but still, we tried them and it worked. So that's where I think we have to try now.
And then Sharp and Connolly. What is going on? Is it clear that the manager doesn't rate them?
I know Connolly is literally having like problems in training. I know that much. Sharp, I have no idea. I literally, if I was him, I would be starting two strikers. I'd be starting Sharp with somebody else with a bit of pace. Even if it's like Sharp and Ohio, they're not fast, but they've got the presence and the stance to be able to go into the back line and hold the ball up for somebody else to run in, like a Ziora, Omar, or even Philogene for that matter. Just go in and get the goals.
Okay. Let's get some score predictions for you. Then the next game, which is the Cardiff game, don't tend to do too well on Wales Hall, do they? But would you? This is a must-win. If you have any chances of sneaking above Norwich or even the Baggies into those two final positions, this is a must-win.
Yes and no. I'm honestly, I'll go with a draw 2-2 on this one because we've got, like I said, if we don't drop Allsop, then we're going to be a bit. It will be a bit lackluster in the defence. I think the defence don't have much on with Allsop anyway. Playing the new guy, we've actually got a bit of a chance potentially. Okay. Nothing really to lose at this point. We know we can score. We showed it against Leeds, didn't against Stoke, but still, it's one of them ones.
And finally, before we let you go, player of the month, please, for March. Who stuck out for Hull?
Well, if he didn't get sent off, or say something, if he didn't get his other yellow card, I would have probably given it to Greaves. But I'll be honest, there's a kid that I've been watching on the game a few times is Abdu Omar. He literally runs that pitch all the time, whether he comes on as a sub or starts. He will be phenomenal for us if we can just make sure he's fed at the right places. He showed it yesterday. He showed it a couple of times against Stoke. They just kept going like we do with Philogene and just put more players around him. When they see the threat, they'll put the players around him. So I'd give it to Abdul Omar.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. If you're a Hull fan and want to have your say then on anything that we've discussed on here, in particular whether Rosenior should be under more pressure than he currently is, put it in the comments there. I mean, I cannot believe that we're even having that discussion, but that's the Championship for you, isn't it? You don't win in 6 games and you're the next one to potentially go. Thanks, Will. Enjoy the trip to Cardiff, and we'll catch you next week.
All right, take care.